friends, it's Living Young Country Girl, and I'm going to be going over the good and the beautiful arthropods, the insects, spiders, and crustaceans. So this is one of their science units. Now, if you're familiar with the good and the beautiful, their science units cover grades K through 6, and you can actually do even further than that. They do have some that go higher grades, but this particular one is K through 6, and it is amazing. I love using their science units because we can do it all together. The same with their history units. It's all of my kids can be taught together. I only have 2 kids, so it's not like crazy, but for those especially that have multiple kids, this is such an amazing unit because there's very little prep work. It's super simple to do, and it's one lesson that all the kids do together. So I absolutely love that. But let's dig inside and see what exactly is in this. So now these come loose. They are not bound. I choose to put mine in a spiral notebook. There's multiple ways that people have done it. I've seen people pay to get it bound. I've seen people do all different things. For myself, I like to use a spiral notebook and put them in page protectors. It works perfect, and I like it that way. Now, this one actually has 13 lessons, so it's not a whole year worth of science, but it is a great way to get going on it. You also get a PDF when you order your science, and so for myself, what I do is I actually print off any of the pages that the kids need to write on, and I keep the other pages in here so we can use them again and again, because what my kids get this year, they'll add on to it next year and remember and retain more. So as we go through these units, they will retain more and they will move up a grade. So that kind of helps because there's extra, I'll show you as we get further into this. So there are 13 different units. We have Arthropods, the introduction to Arthropods, introduction to insects, the oral presentation, insect stations, mosquitoes, fireflies, termites, and silkworms, bees and wasps part 2, which my daughter was really wanting to learn about those. Entomologist, you learn about the entomologist, butterflies 1 and 2, ants, insects, defenses, arachnids, and crustaceans. So those are the topics that you're going to cover in here. And I love this because as you go in, it kind of talks about how you want to set it up. You want to have a science journal for each of your kids. You're going to have a science wall, and then you're going to have your little mini books, which I will show you those at the end. Now, when you go through, you will see that you have grades K through 6 is what the basic curriculum is. Now, if you have kids that are like 7 through 12, that you will see a magnifying glass. And what that magnifying glass means, like if you have older age kids, you're going to have them do that little whatever it is they talk about by that magnifying glass. It's just kind of a little bit harder, you know, or a little more challenging. So you want to do that. I absolutely love this. The preparation, like I said, is super simple. There's not a lot to it, so it's awesome. It goes through also and gives you a supplies list. So for lesson 1, no supplies. Lesson 2, no supplies. Lesson 3, no supplies. Lesson 4, brown clay, any kind, a glow stick, and a small piece of silk material, optional. So you can go through and you can prepare ahead of time. Because it's so minimal, it's really nice to go ahead and prepare ahead of time and have all of these for the whole unit in a little box. So that way when you come to these lessons, you can do that. Again, I've seen multiple ways of people do this. Some people put it all together in a box. Some people Ziploc it together in bags. They have all different ways of doing this. I don't have a bunch of space to put everything. So what I'll do is put them in a small box and keep it that way and set it aside in our closet. So it goes through and lists what you're going to need for the whole series. So you can, like I said, plan ahead of time or do nothing at all. So love that. Okay. Then you're going to get into the read aloud books. It's going to talk about some read aloud books. For lesson 4, you want to get the Empress and the Silkworm. For lesson 7, the Small Wonders. For lesson 12. So it kind of goes through and tells you what you want to do. The other great thing is when you get into here, it even shows you, like if you have a K through 3rd grader, you want to get these books. If you have a 3rd through 12th grader, you want to get these books. So absolutely awesome idea. So you can actually enhance even a little bit more. And then you're going to get into your actual lessons. So now for myself, because I have them in these things, I know that for this lesson, this is going to be the word that we're going to put on, the vocabulary word we're going to put on our science wall. So I actually stick them right in here. I have gone ahead, separated them, and laminated them because we're going to use them for a while. And this way I know when I start this lesson, we're going to use this word. It's a super simple way to do it, and I like that. So here it talks about, we're going to go through your preparation is going to say, make sure each child has a science journal for this lesson and all upcoming lessons. The supplies needed are none. So your whole preparation is having a science journal. We literally bought some folders that have the little wiry clip in there, and our kids just use that for their science journals. And because we've started with the space journal, they're going to keep using it as they move into the other units that we do. So, and then you're going to go in and it just says, read to your children. So you're going to read to them what this says here. And then it says like your activity is going to be your insect vocabulary. So gather the vocabulary cards you need and put them on the wall, talk about it, right? So when I do this, my son, he just goes over and he writes the words. So like in this case, for his vocabulary, his science journal, he will actually write the word invertebrate, whereas my daughter will write the whole definition. And again, that's not necessarily required, but it, I think, helps them just remember it and gives them a little something to do sometimes, so, you know, they're not getting too distracted. And then it keeps going. Here's the other words for this particular one. And then it goes into this worksheet or science journal here. And this will be like if they have to write or draw on something, this is where I will print it off on the from the PDF, and I will have them do it on there instead. So this one, it says, have the children write and illustrate the definition of an invertebrate in their science journal. Have them also use the following chart. Have the children make a chart in their science notebook showing all the animals and if they're vertebrates or not. So it's going to have them actually make one. This isn't one we print off. This is one they're going to make themselves in their science journal. And then they're going to draw an animal with an exoskeleton, just like this. So, you know, some animal with an exoskeleton. So it's super simple, super awesome. This is still part of lesson 1, so they will continue on learning some more about cold-blooded animals and go from there. Now, in this particular case, like lesson 1 seems a little bit long. There's a lot of information. So I might break this up in more than one lesson. So that's totally up to you. If you want to go through and do the whole lesson in one thing, you could. If you would rather have them do, you know, just kind of learn and do one page, you can do that. You can break it up however you want. You can make them go longer or shorter. You know, if the kids are interested, my whole thing is keep going. If they're enjoying it, keep going. Like they're loving the science unit. So we've been taking our time and moving a little slower through it. We've been laying out on the trampoline at night, looking at the stars and really just enjoying the unit. So here we go. Like I said, you'll just keep going into this. We're going to talk about, you know, all the different parts of an animal. And then they're going to have to do an oral presentation, which is really awesome, on one of these animals, which I think that is so great because they really get a chance to research it, to learn it, and to practice doing that. And what we do is we'll usually have some friends over and we'll have them do it. So like in this particular case, this would be a page that I would copy off because they are going to fill it out with this kind of information. So I will print this off. Same thing with this. If they're labeling the parts, I will print it off and they will do that on a separate one. So I have this kind of for years to come. So as you go through here, it will tell you also times to read your book. So you have those little books that it talked about at the beginning. And these are them. So you get these books and you actually cut them up and staple them, and they are super awesome. So like this one's going to talk about crustaceans, and so it's going to go through and it's going to really like talk about it more in detail, give you lots of pictures. So these are awesome because the kids really enjoy looking at these and seeing more about them. There's one on ants, and then there's one on termites. So those are the books that are going to go with this unit. And again, like I said, like for this one, you can see here's the life cycle of a black widow. And this is something that I could print off again, you know, if they want to put it in their science journal. More than anything, you know, it's just going to be an activity about them. So I think that's really cool, although I hate spiders. Here you're talking about crawfish, and you're going to label them and, you know, crustaceans and stuff. So I absolutely love this. I think their units are great. Here, the one thing that is interesting, you're actually supposed to order an ant farm so you can watch them do it. Now, we have a Hobby Lobby nearby, so what we do is we will set up our ant farm and we will just pick one up at Hobby Lobby when it's on sale, or use our 40% off coupon. So I'm watching out for that because I know that's one of the supplies we need. So like I said, I'm either going to wait till it's on sale or use our 40% off coupon for that one. And our kids have seen those before and they've always wanted to do it, so it'll be really fun to buy one and be able to do that. The life cycle of the butterflies, if you've ever seen those little butterfly, you know, things, you could always do something like that and let them show that. That's another one they've always wanted to do. So we're going to be able to do that. We have some friends that have bees, so they're going to be able to go, see their bees and their beehive. And then it has like a little recipe where you can make honey candy. So these are, I absolutely love this curriculum. I think it's absolutely beautiful, well written, and it's just enough. So here's an example of where the older kids with the magnifying glass, so they will do this part. So the other kids will do whatever it says. And then here it says research and write a short essay on the health benefits of honey. You may make sure to include an open paragraph, a body of a paragraph, and with one idea, a topic sentence, and a conclusion. So it just kind of challenges them to write and research a little bit more, and to also practice some of their other things that they should be doing. So that is the science unit, just kind of an overview and a flip through. Because we are not doing this one right now, I don't have an actual walkthrough a lesson, but we have shared those walkthrough lessons with some of our other subjects. And as soon as we start this actual science unit, I will definitely share that with you. So be sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. I do post homeschool videos on Sunday, and then I have other videos posted throughout the week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So be sure you subscribe, give this a thumbs up if you liked it. If you are interested in ordering any of the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, I will put the description box below. There will be a link so you can go to the Good and the Beautiful and you can order it. They are getting slammed because they are becoming so popular, because this curriculum is so amazing. So if you are interested in doing it, I suggest ordering soon so you don't get it back ordered and don't get it in time to start your school year. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we hope to see you guys again real soon. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye.
Jesus, wake me from my sleep. Father, come, breathe breath in me. I'm in the shadow of your wings, overcome by everything. I need your hand, your touch.